Welcome, everyone. Today I'm talking to Brady Cassidy. Brady is the co founder of Rewardful, a platform that allows SaaS companies and memberships to set up an affiliate and referral program using Stripe. He previously helped build three venture funded startups, leading growth and product from the first dollar in revenue to post Series A, and generated over 100 million in market value. Brady, welcome to the Membership Maker podcast. It's great to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
Sure thing. Are there any advanced strategies that we haven't spoken about that would help someone to grow an affiliate program?
Yeah, so there's a ton. There's I'm actually working on a course right now, putting together a course on some like advanced strategies. I'll go through like a few of them here, but some of them require like a little bit more like visual and screen share and things like that to walk through that aren't as easy to share in this format. But you know, like we activating your affiliates and onboarding them through email sequences is really important. But then a lot of it comes down to, once you have that infrastructure in place, it comes down to like finding and recruiting these affiliates. And so, as we dive into like a lot more of the advanced strategies, it becomes around that. Because if you become extremely good at recruiting and finding affiliates, you're going to be very successful with your affiliate program. We've seen that, time in, time out. It's the single biggest like factor on like the magnitude of the success of your program. The simplest way to get started is to invite your existing customer base. Something you could do is you could set up a Zapier connection so that you auto invite your Stripe customers. So whenever you get a customer that comes in, it sends them an invitation to join the affiliate program. So it keeps us going on like an ongoing basis. It's kind of an interesting approach to put it in front of people, especially they've just signed up for your membership. It's probably one of their like peak excitement points when people are likely to promote you and find other people that are relevant. So some strategies to dive a little bit deeper into is using tools like Ahrefs. You can look at competitors, alternative solutions, and what you do is you run their backlinks in a tool like that. And what you can do is you can see which sites are linking to them but not linking to you, and you can look at them, and there's some filters you can use if you want to like whittle it down more. You can look at their user generated content filters. You can look at their sponsored content filters. You can look at just their pure like content based filters, and you can find folks that are promoting them and reach out to get them to, one, add a link to yourself on that content, but two, they obviously relevant to your industry, and get them as an affiliate to work with you. At Rewardful, we built one of the world's first, or it is the world's first affiliate finder. It's still in beta right now. We're going to be launching it really soon here. But we can provide you with beta access as well. And what it does is it essentially, you enter your keywords for that you'd want to rank for in Google, for example, or you can enter competitive terms. And what it'll do is it'll crawl the web and it'll try to find people that are using affiliate links. So these people are already existing affiliates. They know how affiliate programs work, and it'll prioritize them by Alexa rank and their backlinks. Like how much you can get a proxy how much traffic or influence they have, and then it'll surface their contact information, so you can reach out to them, and you can build it into lists that you can reach out to. So we're really excited about launching that. Um, there's also like a very simple way is what keywords would you want to rank for in Google? What are your ideal keywords that you would love to show up number one for? And type those into Google and see who the top 10 sites are, and look at them, and are there any of them that could become your affiliates, or could you get on those pages somehow? It's essentially a way that you can piggyback on their SEO without having to build a ton of backlinks. Those sites those pages are probably already getting a lot of traffic that you can tap into right there. And another tool that's quite interesting is something called SparkToro. It's by Rand Fishkin. He's the founder of Moz, one of the leading SEO tools. And what it does is you can enter your website, or people that visit your website, where else do they hang out online, and it'll show you like what podcasts to listen to. It'll show you what other websites do they visit. It'll show you a lot of like interesting properties like that, and so it gives you an indication like where your audience hangs out online, or people that are similar to your audience, and then you can start to engage with those different types of folks to obviously tap into their audience and hopefully get them as affiliates. So that can be like a really big win as well. It'll also find like influencers in social media that your customer base or other people's customer bases engage with. So it can be quite powerful.
Yeah, I mean it comes back to the whole it's not set it and forget it. It's not as simple as turn on the affiliate program, add links everywhere, and you're done and money will just automatically flow in. I'm sure in some cases maybe that happens, but don't assume that'll be you. There is some effort involved in getting people to know about the program, getting people to engage with the program, and then actually
influential. I assume there's some
kind of distribution law or something with affiliates where it's like 20% of the affiliates generate 80% of the sales or something like that. At least I've seen that at our own affiliate program and a few others out there. And that I think it's just kind of true for sales stuff in general. So getting those folks that are gonna be like the power affiliates, that is the key. Once you have X number of those locked in, then you do have pretty much a consistent channel of sales of people that are sending you qualified, good leads and traffic and clients. But to get that built up, that part's on automatic, and it's worth putting that effort in because it's essentially this nice permanent channel that just sends stuff your way that you can always add on to. But if you need to take a break from getting more affiliates, at least you have this consistent channel that's pulling it in for now, right?
Yeah, for sure. Once you get a handful of really good affiliates in there, and like you mentioned, it definitely is quality over or quantity. But once you get a handful of affiliates in there, it does become more on autopilot. But it's just sort of when you're first getting set up, it's not set it and forget it. Getting those folks in the door, is really important. Um, but it'll continue to grow with them. But if you want to take to the next level, obviously you can keep finding other affiliates that have a relevant audience that you can tap into.
For folks that are still, I know we're talking about more advanced stuff now, but for folks that are maybe a little newer, just to bring it back for a sec, do you have a percentage? Like if let's say, for example, someone offers a monthly membership, do you have a percentage that you kind of give out as a best practice to start with for an affiliate program? Like what percentage of that membership should be paid out to the affiliate?
Yeah, it's a good question. It depends on like a lot of different factors. It depends on like do you have a lot of competitors in the industry that are offering something to these similar affiliates that you're competing for. It's probably not so much the case, you know, but in a lot of industries like this. But um, the way I would think about it is like, what are your true like profit margins with your membership? Do you have like a service component to it? Are you putting in like a lot of your time, or is it basically access to like materials and content and courses that you put the fixed cost in it, and your variable costs are for a new customer are quite low. But obviously the more you can offer, the more incentive it is for affiliates. One way to think about it as well is like, should you position it as a percentage, or should you position it as a fixed amount fee to the affiliates? And that often like depends upon like your price point as well. So like if your membership is $10 a month, and it's probably better to offer 30% than it is to offer $3, because 30% psychologically feels like a larger amount. But what we see in like the membership space is the most common is anywhere from like 20 to 30%.
Yeah, I figured it was something around there. But yeah, that totally makes sense. Depends on what your profit margin is and exactly what what this involves, because especially if it involves like a service that costs you money, right? A physical thing of some kind or something you have to order, then yeah, just giving away 30% of the sale might not actually make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, as always, your mileage will vary, but just wanted to kind of get a range out there for folks who just aren't quite sure so you have somewhere to start with.
Yeah, and then like as an example of how to like position it to them, like if you're if you have like a very high ticket membership and it's like $1,000 a month, you're probably fine getting away with like saying it's $50 or $100 commission, um, which probably sounds a lot more interesting than like 5 or 10%. So, but often with those high ticket ones, there is like the consideration of a service component as well.
Brady, thanks for taking the time to talk with me. We all really appreciate it. Where should the audience go to learn more about Rewardful?
Yeah, thanks for having me. You can find us at getrewardful.com. That's GETREWARDFUL.com, if I spelled that correctly. Yeah, and you can find me. I'm more than happy to connect on LinkedIn or Twitter or wherever at Brady Cassidy.
Great. Thanks again, Brady.
Thanks, Ward.